God, you are dancing, and people are looking at you like a mad boy, like a mad woman, as though you don't have sense. Well, they even see you, don't even talk about. Many years ago, you were not seen, you were hidden.
Take a sachet of water, take a bottle of water, down to a Jegule field. Which would you bring back home?
And young people across the world are already creating massive wealth from the internet. I have with me here Tamilore. Tamilore, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
I used to call him the Akialabi Junior. So number 2 leads us to this. Poor people complain, wealthy people fix.
You are dancing, and people are looking at you like a mad boy, like a mad woman, as though you don't have sense. Well, they even see you, don't even talk about. Many years ago, you were not seen, you were hidden.
Take a sachet of water, take a bottle of water, down to a Jegule field. Which would you bring back home?
And young people across the world are already creating massive wealth from the internet. I have with me here Tamilore. Tamilore, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
I used to call him the Akialabi Junior. So number 2 leads us to this. Poor people complain, wealthy people fix.
You are dancing, and people are looking at you like a mad boy, like a mad woman, as though you don't have sense. Well, they even see you, don't even talk about. Many years ago, you were not seen, you were hidden.
Take a sachet of water, take a bottle of water, down to a Jegule field. Which would you bring back home?
And young people across the world are already creating massive wealth from the internet. I have with me here Tamilore. Tamilore, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
I used to call him the Akialabi Junior. So number 2 leads us to this. Poor people complain, wealthy people fix.
You are dancing, and people are looking at you like a mad boy, like a mad woman, as though you don't have sense. Well, they even see you, don't even talk about. Many years ago, you were not seen, you were hidden.
Take a sachet of water, take a bottle of water, down to a Jegule field. Which would you bring back home?
And young people across the world are already creating massive wealth from the internet. I have with me here Tamilore. Tamilore, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
I used to call him the Akialabi Junior. So number 2 leads us to this. Poor people complain, wealthy people fix.
You are dancing, and people are looking at you like a mad boy, like a mad woman, as though you don't have sense. Well, they even see you, don't even talk about. Many years ago, you were not seen, you were hidden.
Take a sachet of water, take a bottle of water, down to a Jegule field. Which would you bring back home?
And young people across the world are already creating massive wealth from the internet. I have with me here Tamilore. Tamilore, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
I used to call him the Akialabi Junior. So number 2 leads us to this. Poor people complain, wealthy people fix.
dancing, you are dancing, and people are looking at you like a mad boy, like a mad woman, as though you don't have sense. Well, they even see you, don't even talk about. Many years ago, you were not seen, you were hidden.
Take a sachet water, take a bottle water, down to a Jegule field. Which would you bring back home?
And young people across the world are already creating massive wealth from the internet. I have with me here Tammy Lawrence. Tammy Lawrence, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
I used to call him the Atialabi Junior. So number 2 leads us to this. Poor people complain, wealthy people fix.
Thank God, you are dancing, and people are looking at you like a mad boy, like a mad woman, as though you don't have sense. Well, they even see you, don't even talk about. Many years ago, you were not seen, you were hidden.
Take a sachet water, take a bottle water, down to a Jegule field. Which would you bring back home?
And young people across the world are already creating massive wealth from the internet. I have with me here Tammy Lawrence. Tammy Lawrence, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
I used to call him the Atialabi Junior. So number 2 leads us to this. Poor people complain, wealthy people fix.
Thank God, you are dancing.
All right. Good evening, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear me. It's Celobek 3.0. So if you can hear me, tell me that you can hear me. I want to see your location where you are signing in from, your name, what you do if possible, your name, your location, and where you are signing in from. That's your location. So if you can hear me, please type that so we can just proceed. I am in the comment section to check out if persons are around. I need your full name and where you're signing in from, then what you do. Your full name, your location, and what you do. Ademola Sanu, welcome. Welcome. Mawaga at the top. Your boy is loyal. Your boy is loyal. Ebubechi Iwu, I can see your name. Welcome. I need your full name, where you are signing in from, and what you do, so that we can proceed. Your full name, where you are signing in from, and what you do, so we can proceed. Okay, Ademola Sanu from Kwara. He said you can hear me. Then Ebubechi Iwu, content writer, joining from Calabar. Amazing. So welcome to Sellobeg 3.0. We'll be talking about sales objections basically and how to handle them. Many persons tell you I will get back to you, and you know how it goes. They don't always get back to you. So one thing I always tell persons is I will get back to you is just the nicest way of saying get out of my life. I don't need you and I don't need your product. But for some weird reasons, they can't just say it to your face. So they just tell you, I will get back to you. You know it's a lie because a whole lot of persons have been telling you, I will get back to you, and they never got back to you. And if you sell online, if you've been selling online, this would be one of the major things that would have hit you very hard. You know that moment where you try to close a whole lot of persons, and in your mind, in your head, you've already closed them. In fact, you've already estimated what you are going to do with that money, right? And then you just hear, I will get back to you. That statement alone can throw you off balance if you don't know how to handle statements like that. So, one thing you need to understand, first of all, is that when it comes to the game of selling, value is greater than price. That's the first thing you need to do. When it comes to the game of selling, value is greater than price. And funny enough, you need to understand that perception is stronger than reality. I had to quote that so I can explain what I'm saying. Perception is how people see things, not what they truly are. And that's the advantage of social media. You can use content to form your perception, to form the perception of how people view you. Because when you understand that perception is greater than reality, you are going to know why people believe stories they heard about you even before they met you, right? So perception is greater than reality. And what we call value varies. So I tell person that for the fact that something is value to you does not mean it's value to me. Oh. It can be trash to me. And something is valuable to me, it can be trash to you. So one thing you need to know is that value varies. Value is a thing of perception. You need to know what your audience, what they truly call value. I tell people you don't sell the way you want to sell, you sell the way your audience want to be sold to. I'm going to say that again. You don't sell the way you want to sell. You sell the way your audience wants to be sold to. Because when you sell that way, they understand the language you are speaking. Many years ago, University of Benin, I was talking with a friend of mine that happens to have one of those tutorial centers. So he said that there's something he believes in, that if you cannot learn the way he teaches, he will have to teach the way you learn. This guy said it many years ago, and it has never left my head. So one thing you need to know is that you can build perception, you can create it, and you can put it in the faces of your people using content, using social media. And if perception is stronger than reality, it means that value is a perception game. The courses you bought, many of you bought some courses because of hype. Lots of persons call it the bandwagon effect. Many of you bought courses for several reasons, and that was simply because of the perception you have about that course. If someone is not paying for your course, it's not because they don't have the money, it's because they've not seen the value in your course. When people see the value in your course, they are going to borrow money to pay for it. I know a guy who wanted to pay for one of my course, I think last year. He did not have the money. He had to save up his alawi. This guy was serving. He saved up his alawi for several months and then paid for the course after several months of going hungry because he was saving up his alawi. That goes to say that pricing has never been the problem. The problem is always what? Value. The problem is always value. Pricing has never been the problem. So if persons are not paying for your course, you know where the problem is coming from. There are several ways to strengthen perception, right? The quality of your content, your authority, or your level of expertise. You can be selling a course and then someone who is more known in your niche is selling something that's more expensive. They are going to buy from that person instead of buying from you. So I've always said several things. I used to tell my students that a confident quack will sell better than a shy expert. In the game of sales, there's nothing like I am shy. There's nothing like I am an introvert. I can't remember correctly, but a man once said that timid salespersons always have skinny children. Sorry, timid salespeople always have skinny wives and hungry children. I'm going to say that again. A man once said that timid salespeople always have skinny wives and hungry children. There is no place for timidity in the sales game. If you are timid, as a matter of fact, thank God for the title of this conference, Sell or Beg. In life, you are either selling or you are begging. I always tell my friends that God not the first person hustle, na why he create poverty. When poverty pounces on you, nobody will need to preach to you about why you should work. When the realities of life hit you hard, nobody is going to preach to you why you should work. So the point is, if you understand the perception game, you should understand that your authority online, how people see you, goes a long way to sell your course. As a matter of fact, you don't even sell a course. The first thing you do is that people buy you first, they buy your idea second, and then they buy your product last. I'm going to say that again. People buy you first, they buy your idea next before buying your product. As a matter of fact, if I don't trust you, I'm not going to trust your idea. And if I don't trust your idea, I'm not going to trust your product. So the first thing you want to sell online is your name. The first thing you want to sell online is who you are, your personal brand. Because if they trust you, they don't really need to know what your course is all about. Although knowing about it is an extra advantage. I always say that one of the reasons why we don't close is because you can't close a confused prospect, right? And that's okay. I'm going to come back to this later. You can't close a confused prospect because these people, they need a form of clarity before they can make that move. So what your name does for you What that authority does for you is that it closes people before they even come to you. That's what it does. Nothing else. Nothing else. I know a whole lot of persons on my contact list that as soon as I put out a course, I have not said what the course is about, they start paying. Now, these are people who know me, who like me, people that trust me enough to know that irrespective of what I am teaching, they are still going to get value from it. So, do people trust you? That's the question you should be asking yourself. Do people trust you? A whole lot of persons just wake up. I we are going to put the link to a particular video in the description button after this live session about my 6 step formula to making 7 figures online on WhatsApp. And I taught in that particular video that you don't just wake up one morning and then you start to sell. Selling is the fourth thing you do, right? The first thing you do is what I call lead generation. And that brings me to the next point. If you are going to make real money online, you are going to focus on leads. Business is a game of numbers. And this is a very simple illustration I always give people. Very simple. I said, if you reach out to 10 persons, to 100 persons, right? And 10 persons buy your product. If you are a wise person, you would want to reach out to 1,000 persons so that 100 persons can buy your product. And if you are wiser, you would want to reach out to 10,000 persons so that 1,000 persons can buy your product. And that's the concept of scaling. You are doing what works, people are buying, and then you now begin to understand that if I can convert 10% of persons, it means that if I increase the number of people seeing this offer, I should be able to convert more persons. I've sold a whole lot of products, right? I've run conversion ads, I've run lead gen ads, I've done influencer marketing, and I can tell you that the one that converts the most for me is obviously lead gen ad. Simply because some people need that extra push, some people need that little follow up, some people need that little explanation, which can be done in, let's say, a 9 minutes video, a 7 minutes video, whatever. But then they need this little push. They just need this little clarity. So one thing I always tell persons to do online, I tell persons to what? Focus on lead generation if you are a growing expert. So whenever you hear me talk about growing expert, just know that I'm talking about people who call themselves newbies. I've always said that I don't believe in the word newbies, right? When you call yourself a newbie, that's a limiting mindset. You're always going to remain a newbie because newbie is a fixed word. You are conditioning yourself to remain a newbie. So what I always tell persons is you are not a newbie, you are a growing expert. You are an expert that is still growing. You are an expert that is still coming up. You are not a newbie. Don't let people call you a newbie. Everybody who began online, we all began from scratch. Although some of us were lucky to have access to some information, right? Early enough. But the point is we all started as newbies, we all started as what? As growing experts. So one thing you need to focus on is lead gen. You need to get as many persons as possible to see your offer. And most people they sell offers that are terrible. Offer that is always talking about me. Offer that is always talking about my product. And let me put it this way: when you sell you in your sales copy, you are going to get a terrible result. When you sell your product, you are going to get an average result. But when you sell an offer and how it relates to a particular prospect, you are going to get massive results. So whenever you are writing your sales copy, you want to handle lots of objections. Okay, what's the essence of a sales funnel? To handle as many sales objections as possible before they get to the buy button. So if you want to handle lots of sales objections, you will need to revolve your sales copy around that prospect, not around a group of people, but it should be centered around them. And that's what they call the power of one. All this person is the power of one, the power of writing to one person, the power of shooting a video to one person, the power of speaking to one person, the power of communicating to one person. Don't ever address people as a group of people. Address them as individuals that came together. Everybody, okay, when I attended John C. Maxwell certification program, one of the things we were taught then was that human beings, irrespective of who they are, want to be cared for, want to be loved, want to feel special. And if you can use what I just said in your DM closing, you are going to close lots of money. You're going to make lots of sales. I've used it several times. I make my prospects feel loved. I make my prospects feel cared for. I make my prospects feel special. That way, I always tell people that human beings, we are reciprocal beings, right? And this is a particular illustration I always give. This illustration, when I say human beings are reciprocal beings, let's take for instance, okay, let me check for a guy's name in the comment section. Um, okay, let's use Andre Oko as an example now. So let's take for instance, Andre resides around where I am, and we're strolling out one afternoon, right? And the afternoon happened to be 2 p.m. and everywhere was extremely hot. And then the sun was so hot that we were both tired. We were extremely tired. We could not move an inch. And then Andre, okay, and then I was with no money, right? And then Andre has 500 in his pocket. And then he says, wait, let me buy 2 bottles of cold Coke. And then we walk into the shop. We get 2 bottles of cold Coke. And then Andre gives me 1 bottle of cold Coke. Now, what's going to happen is that I'm going to feel indebted to him to an extent. That's one. Two, the next thing that's going to run in my head for as long as possible is how can I reciprocate this gift? So the next time I see Andre, I will start asking myself, what can I buy for this guy? How can I repay him, right? How can I get him something? And that's how human beings we are. Human beings are reciprocal beings. And this goes to say that whenever you give people lots of value, lots of content, you are making them indebted to your personal brand. And this is the concept of value. When I say value is greater than price, you give persons value to an extent that they've learned so much from you. They now feel so indebted that they just want to buy your product whether they need it or not. There is a point a person can get to that they don't need any push to buy from you. And I always tell persons that give value 80%, sell 20%. I'll say that again. Give value 80%, sell 20%. You are relating to human beings, not robots. You can't just wake up every morning and start shouting buy, buy, buy. No, you don't do that. Why should I buy from you? Have I loved you enough to buy from you? Do I trust you enough to buy from you? And that's the power of content. I tell people that if there's any skill I consider to be one of the greatest in the internet, I feel it's content creation. Personally speaking, everything revolves around content. Google is which is the mother of the internet, so they say, revolves around content. You go on Google to search for something because you are looking for content. You are here on YouTube now watching this Sell or Beg edition because you are listening to content. You are going to go through the comment section later, which is content. There is something moving at the bottom of your screen now. Drop all you are learning in the comment section below. You can read it because that is content. You can see Markin Carlos comment on your screen. That is content, right? Everything revolves around content. When you go on Facebook to read someone's post, that's content. When you go on TikTok to watch a video, that's content. When you go on Twitter to read a tweet or a thread, that's content. So the internet revolves around content, and you need to find a way to use that content to build a perception about you. So some days ago, I was interviewed by Seller, and the very first thing the interviewer said was, I went through your Twitter profile and I can say that you are a very brutal, aggressive, and unfriendly person. And I said, why do you say so? She said, from your tweet, I can say that you are this. No, that's the perception that I've been built with my content. And no matter how much I preach to that person in particular that I am not aggressive, she will not believe. That is the exact meaning of perception is greater than reality. You can build a kind of perception online that outweighs your reality, even if you try to talk them away from that perception. So if you've ever been on my Twitter space, for instance, maybe the ones I do about masculinity, maybe read my tweets about masculinity, the first thing that's going to come to your head is that this guy is aggressive. This guy is not friendly. I don't want to come close to this guy, right? And even when you meet me physically and then you come close to me, if I act friendly towards you, you are going to feel You sure say that this guy where I know for Twitter be this and all. So my point is, if the internet revolves around content, you should be looking for a way to sell yourself using content. I did not say sell your product. I said sell yourself. If I can buy you, I will always buy your product. I feel the best way to tackle sales objection is just to efficiently sell yourself with content, with values. Okay, let me ask you a very quick question. All the persons you hold in high esteem, especially the ones that are not in Nigeria, what exactly made you to hold them in high esteem? You don't need to reply. I can tell you it is video content. I can tell you it's video, not text, not audio, video. Some of you know Dan Lok. You've never read any of his article. You've never read any of his blog posts, but you watched this video on YouTube and it never left your head. And that's what's going on now. The best way to sell to persons is through a physical event. The second best way is through a webinar or a live session like this, right? Where you can see me. Some of you have been reading my tweets. I don't know. This might be the first time you are seeing me on a live session, right? So some of you, this is the first time you're seeing me on a live session. So you are going to connect better because you can see my face, because you can feel what I am saying, because of my facial expression, because of my gesticulations and all that. So some of you that loved and love, you loved and love because of the videos you watched that he created. Some of you that know Gary V, the same thing. Some of you that know Grant Cardone, the same thing. You watched their video to a point where you began to adopt their belief system. And I assure you that if Grant Cardone should do a webinar of $100, 50K, it's going to be maxed out in 45 minutes because of the way he has sold himself. So I for one, I won't even go through the landing page. I just look for the pay button and pay before I know what the course is about. What am I doing with the landing page? Am I not listening to me enough to know that it's value related? Your problem is that you want people to buy from you when you have not given to them. You have to give to them first before they can give to you. So you have to give them value. You have to give them content before they can give you money. Yes. Let me see what's going on in the comment section. Okay. I can see from Destiny, when you sell you get a bad result. When you sell a product, you get an average result. But when you sell an offer, you get an excellent result. No, I said when you sell an offer and how it relates to your prospects. That's what I said. When you sell an offer and how it relates to your prospect, that's when you get an excellent result. Then Carlo said, give value 80%, sell 20%. Interesting. Favor Avanyere said, giving consistent value makes people indebted to your brand. Hence, give value 80%, sell 20%. Interesting. Interesting. Carlos said the internet revolves around content. Find a way to use content to increase your perceived value. That's fine. Andre said, give loads of value, 80%, sell 20%. Moses Omoyele said, perception is greater than reality. And several other contents. So I'm sure you are learning, certainly. Like I was saying before, please, if you are a growing expert, focus on lead generation. Don't be deceived. You don't have enough money to run that kind of ad that you want to run for conversion ad. Conversion ad can work. And let me say this, if you really want to make lots of money using conversion ad, I think it's best when you sell from an angle of VSL, using video, whatever. Those sales funnels you go to, and the only thing you are seeing is a video that explains the cost, and then you see little write up, and then you see a payment button. I told you before that the best way to sell to people is a physical event. The second best way is through a live session like this. The third best way is a webinar or a pre-recorded video before we start talking about text and all that. Right. So if you want to get lots of conversion, you might want to do a VSL. a sales page that has a video that describes the full course, right? That could help you sell more if you want to run conversion ad. But then I always tell persons do lead gen. Sorry, I rolled out a free webinar few hours ago. How to make $3,000 in 28 days. I decided not to run conversion ad. I have not started running paid ad, and I can tell you that the number of traffic I have been getting is crazily insane. The number of leads I have been generating is crazily insane. Right? My ad was supposed to fly yesterday. Mark Zuckerberg decided to flag the account. All glory to God. Thank God I know how to do organic. And when that one begins to run, right, I'm still going to get lots of lead. The concept is that I need lots of persons to get in. I need to get in front of lots of persons, right? And this is what I tell persons. The game of closing is very sweet, very interesting. Believe me, it's very, very sweet, very, very interesting. You get to know how people think, you get to know how they buy, you get to know why they buy, right? At first, it might look difficult, but as time goes on, you now begin to see how easy it is. So, if you want to really know how well you can sell, sell. I'm going to say it again. The best way to learn how to sell is by selling. The best way to learn how to sell is by selling. The best way to learn how to run ad is by running ad. The best way to learn how to create a thread is by actually creating a thread. The best way to learn how to create a content is by creating a content. A whole lot of you, your problem is imposter syndrome. You are scared of what that guy is going to say, what that girl is going to say. You know that if you start selling online now, your fellowship, whatever, your fellowship member, your fellowship president, your head of department, your fellowship members will start saying, you did this one begin to do online something now. You won't begin collect people money, and then they start laughing at you. And because of that feeling, you say you don't want to sell your course again. Whereas when Sapa wants to deal with you, Sapa will not go and meet your fellowship president first before he deals with you. You see where your problem is coming from. So my point is, a whole lot of you, your imposter syndrome is too much. You belittle yourself, whereas you have lots of potentials that can change you forever. I thank God I came online early. The best way to know what you are made of is by doing the little you know. Clarity comes with movement. No matter how perfect your idea is, if you don't take a step, if you don't move, you are never going to see the best part of that idea. I'm going to say it again. Clarity comes with movement. A whole lot of you are waiting until one day you hear a voice, my son, when I created you, I wanted you to do this, walk in this path therein. You will grow old and die. And if it ever happens to you, maybe you are one of those lucky persons. Move. Clarity comes with movement, not with being static. They said patient dog eats the fattest bone. Patient dog don't die. The last time I check, hunger don't kill patient dog. You want to do patient dog in Nigeria? They are doing patient dog in Nigeria. The food they used to give you at home with your siblings, that you decided to just do 1 minute delay, and then you got back, you discover that the plate was clean. You don't know how they cleansed it, but it was clean. You are in Nigeria, doing patient dog eat the fattest bone. You have not seen anything. Sapa have not dealt with you. Sapa have not dealt with you. If you are here and Sapa is your roommate, go and subscribe for 1 million naira challenge. Somebody say Sapa be a message. Sapa what? Oh God. No, when they were teaching me French, in secondary school, hey God. I wish I understood what they were teaching us to say Sapa BMSC, Evu. So that was what they told you guys, Sapa BMSC, Evu. I don't even know the correct one. So Balan Sapa deal with you. You are there doing I want my plan to be perfect. Let me not say what I want to say. You are there doing I want my plan to be perfect. Are you perfect? How will your plan be perfect? I tell people that a fool with a plan will always beat a genius without a plan. A fool with a plan will always beat a genius without a plan. Habakkuk, write the vision, make it plain. Write the vision, make it plain. Some of you don't have any vision. The one that you managed to hear, you did not write it down. And the Bible will say so that a herald can run with it. Do you know who an herald is? An herald is somebody that has gotten the hearts of people in his hand, more like Usain Bolt, right? For Usain, now this is what the Bible was trying to say. Your vision has to be so authentic that when Usain Bolt is on speed, he has to stop to read it. That's how compelling it has to be. Some of you have an idea, you did not write it down. All the dream you have been forgetting in this life, was it not because you did not document it? Eh? All the dreams, was it not because you did not document it? God will give you an idea. You've been praying all your life, an idea managed to come, you did not write it down. And then you start going to Shiloh, or you start going to any conference. Let me tell you the truth, eh? You can be in front of river and die of thirst. Eh? If Jesus were to come back to this earth, not for rapture's sake, but just to come back to this earth, many of his friends would have died of sickness. I tell you the truth. Lazarus was a close friend of Jesus. He died poor. Poor. A close friend of Jesus died poor. It's possible. Have you not seen that a man that is poor dies, and then a man died of hunger, and then in his burial there's lots of food? Eh? What I'm trying to tell you is that you being the brother of Tony Elumelu does not make you Tony Elumelu. Eh? It does not increase you in any way. I mean, if you don't work to make money, nothing is going to change. What's the worst that can happen? You're already poor. If you sell, they don't buy, nothing happened. You just gained the experience. See this. I always tell people that the best way to come out of poverty is to admit you are poor. Simple. Simple. What's the worst that can happen? Okay, tell me the worst that can happen. You fall back to where you started from, and then you start again, this time from experience, not from scratch. Let me see what's going on in the comment section. Yeah, so hunger don't keep patient dog. Oh. Patient don die since. Have you not seen all those local dog in your area? Those one that looks like lean meat. If they were eating well, would they be like that? Some of you are like that. You lie that in my family we don't used to get fat. Keep quiet, it's hunger. Your family you don't used to get rich fat. You will not say the truth so that people can help you. I say in my family we don't used to get fat. Your God just saw your family and hated your family now. Go and eat well. Go and eat well. Eat well. When I say eat well, I don't mean eba in the morning, eba in the afternoon, eba in the night. No, no, no. I mean eat good, eat fruit, eat vegetable. It's not the quantity of the food, it's the quality of the food. The same thing with knowledge. It's not the quantity of the knowledge, it's the quality of the knowledge. That's why we pay for coaching sessions. That's why we pay for webinars. That's why we pay for events. The course I want to buy is just 3 million naira. That's why I want to pay for it. I want to know how this person thinks. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. You're after quantity, I'm after quality. Some of you say they are not buying my course because they don't like me. Because they don't what? Teresa, your family are not fat. You don't have money yet. You have money, you discover that you can be fat. This flesh, if you give it what it wants, you'll be fat. The reason why I'm not fat is I don't have the money I want to have. When the money I plan to have comes, hey God, I will look like a pregnant man. Me, I'm not looking for six pack. I'm looking for six cars. Allah there. What's six pack? What have I use six pack to do? I make the money. All those guys that be going to gym, you come and do bouncer. People are impressed. So my point is, clarity comes with movement. You have waited so long on this mountain. Move. How long are you going to stay on one spot? Eh? Some of you, your entire life, you have never paid for a course. I know you next week now you want to roll out a course and you've never paid for a course. How will it sell? Before we made 1 million naira challenge a subscription plan, before we made OMC subscription based, I paid for subscription plans. I paid for online courses that were running subscription model to see how it works. Some of you want to do something you have no idea about. Before I started rolling out video courses, I studied video courses. Before I started rolling out subscription based stuff, I paid for subscription plans both by Nigerians and by foreigners. I remember I paid for John Lee's membership, what's it called? Membership plan. I paid for it. It was $27 then. I saw how sweet it was, how neat it was. I enjoyed it. I paid for Grant Cardon's own too. I saw how it was arranged, although that was not subscription based, but then it was video courses all through. And I saw how it works. Some of you, you want to do something and you don't know how it looks like. We've done about 34 minutes. If you have questions, you can start asking. Oh. If you have questions, you can start asking. All of you that think that being around a rich person will make you rich, if you like be around a rich man and don't take action, when you're around a wealthy person, what you should do is to study their routine first. You want to study their routine, you want to see how they live life, you want to see how they think, and then you start taking action. Finish. All of you know Ibori, governor of Delta State. Do you know any of his siblings? His younger sister, what's her name? You know? You don't know. You don't know now. Okay, what's Tony Elumelu's sister's name? You don't know and you don't care. Mark Zuckerberg, do you know if he has a sibling? You don't know and you don't care. All of you are shouting Gary V, Gary V. What's Gary V's mother's name? You don't know and you don't care. Because we are what? Human beings are selfish. We don't care about anything, just what works for us. That's why you need to. I always tell people that the two greatest emotions when it comes to selling is fear and greed. Fear and greed. If you can tap into fear, you are going to sell. If you can tap into the greedy nature of humans, you are going to sell. Fear, sell scarcity, sell debt to persons. Sell the ASU strike and how they are going to be poor if they don't take an action. That's fear. Greed, they want to learn how to make more money. They want to have a better skin. That's greed. The uncontrollable desire for more. You were taught in economics that man by default is an insatiable being. So the appetite of a man, of a human being, does not have an end. It is limitless in nature. No matter how beautiful you are, you want to become more beautiful. No matter how much money you have, you want to have more money. No, okay, I don't want to say no matter how short you are, you want to be shorter. No. But my point is, man by default, everything we describe to be good are things that deep down we want large amounts of it. Large amounts of it. So if you have any question, please ask. I feel I should answer questions. I feel. Yes, Teresa, that's it. First thing I just check routine. And let me quickly say this. Wealthy people have abundance mentality. Poor people have scarcity mentality. If you understand this concept, you break out of poverty today. Wealthy people have abundance mindset. Poor people have scarcity mindset. It's only a poor man that will tell you, why we go enter boat now? This is how to know a poor man. You know far. More they go. If any of your friends have told you that your friend is poor, if you have told your friend that you are poor, their language is mowu. Once you hear mowu, hey, hey, once you hear mowu, my brother, enter boat and go home. You are about to start Israelite journey. Evidently, if the person is a Benin boy and he's short, hey, my God. These are they say it. You know, be man. When you use your leg, they do. You know, for more straight, will soon reach. They'll tell you after that third pole, that pole where they before that signboard, that pole where they before. Once we just pass and small, but that small is another 45 minutes. That how to know a poor man. Mo. Anybody that tell me Mo in this lab, I will slap the person. You tell Mo, Mo, you are who? Who are following you do that one? I've been suffering all my life. Let me take boats, please. A farmer tell you why you take boats now? Boats 3,005, 26 for enter bus now from Ugbowo, enter Ring Road. We stroll small from Airport Road, enter like this. If we leg am before you know, this is how they say before you know we don't reach. That's another word they use. I can tell you because I've used it. Before you know we don't reach. If you hear before we know, you don't ask am before one who know. My name na no, so I know wetin. Once they tell you that thing wrong, they tell you how you go enter boat now. If you enter bus 15 naira like this, enter another one 17 naira, how much? 120. They'll tell you that you calculate with them. When I enter another one 80 naira, 200, my guy, save that 1,600. Use and buy beans and ball everywhere was steep. And that's why they are poor. This is what it does to you. You are training your mind to believe that money is a privilege when it's supposed to be a lifestyle. You are training your mind to believe that everything good that comes to you is a privilege you don't deserve, instead of your mind to start seeing it as a lifestyle. The first way to break out of poverty is to actively fight poverty. Every day of your life, fight it. Come out of it. Use your last card, enter boat, go home and starve. Someone said a hungry stomach is the best, a hungry stomach and an empty wallet is a man's biggest motivation. I saw it, I think, 4 years ago. That quote was my motivation. Said a hungry stomach and an empty wallet is a man's biggest motivation. How will you be alive if you want to buy shoe of 45K, you cannot afford it? I'm not telling you to go and buy liability. Oh. Don't buy liability unless your profit is the one paying for it. Some of you are eating your future in the present. Yes. Money are supposed to use to run hard. This okay, let me explain this. A whole lot of you have wasted money and then you justify your waste with a logic and sound statement. And then you tell yourself that the reason why I want to buy Samsung is so that I can shoot YouTube videos. That's why I want to buy Samsung 180K. But you know deep down it's because you want Samsung. That's poverty whispering in your ear. You want to buy Samsung. Why? You want to shoot YouTube videos. And then you buy the Samsung, your YouTube channel, you don't have it. You see that you lie to yourself. Stop. Don't go broke trying to prove to people who are broke that you are not broke. John, are you hearing? Is Cynthia here? Tag her. Don't go broke trying to prove to people who are broke that you are not broke. It's not worth it. Some of you are eating your future in the present. The money you're supposed to use to run hard, you're using it to buy ice cream, cold stone, and your finance is like stone. Later you shout, it's cold outside. We outside, we outside. You that you are shouting we outside. If SARS hold you outside, can you bail yourself? John, go and make money. Instead of you to make money, you are playing Call of Duty online game. If your data finish, how will you play again? Eh? You are watching Netflix. You're actually with the big boys. Oh God. You have not made money, you're watching Netflix. Time that you used to go and watch YouTube videos, you're watching Netflix. Some of you are watching Sabinus, you're watching comedy. When your life is a joke, you're watching comedy. When you look at your account balance, does it not get you angry? No, you need to be angry to come out of poverty. Some of you, instead of you to be experiencing poverty, you're experiencing poverty. Eh? Some of you are experiencing poverty, you're experiencing poverty. I know a 14-year-old boy. Let's not talk about how much he pulled. Some of you are saying, I'm too young, God's war. You are too young. You are 18. You are shouting you are too young. People of 13, they are making money online and saying you are too young. Young that what happened? You think in the online space anybody cares about your age? If you are young, you have an unfair advantage. An unfair advantage that people are dying to have. I thank God and I will always thank God that I am still very young. If I fail for the next 7 years of my life, I am still early. I
God, you are dancing, and people are looking at you like a mad boy, like a mad woman, as though you don't have sense. Well, they even see you to even talk about. Many years ago, you were not seen, you were hidden.
Take a sachet water, take a bottle water, down to a Jegule field. Which would you bring back home?
And young people across the world are already creating massive wealth from the internet. I have with me here Tammy Lawrence. Tammy Lawrence, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
I used to call him the Akialabi Junior. So number 2 leads us to this. Poor people complain, wealthy people fix.
Thank God, you are.
All right. I want to believe you guys can hear me now. I want to believe you guys can hear me. So where did I stop? If you can hear me, tell me where I stopped. Yes. Age is just. I tell people all the time. If you are young, you have an unfair advantage that people are dying to have. Don't ever apologize for being too young. Don't try it. You are not the one that told them to discover purpose at a late age. You discovered it, and if you discovered yours late, it is never too late to start. It's never too late. Don't ever apologize for any advantage you have. If your parents have money, don't apologize. Don't start doing organic because you are looking from grass to grace story. You are not a fool. Don't do organic. If your parents have money or you have money, start running paid ad. Some of you now be faking from grass to grace story so that your story can look nice. There's no point. There's no point. Some of you, what you need to make money is just a mindset shift. A mindset shift. There's something in your head that is not clicking, that needs to click. That's all. Those are the 1 millionaire challenge. One of when they open their dashboard, the first set of courses are courses on mindset revamp, mindset building, mindset formation. Because I understand that it's impossible to make money. No, one thing you need to know is that you are going to be rich here first before you ever become rich in your pocket. So the first thing we did was to drill them. We drilled them, their mindset. We removed poverty from inside. We now put knowledge inside. You cannot make money you don't see. You cannot. Any money you don't see, you cannot make. And that's the law of attraction. You need to see the possibilities in making millions before you can make millions. I tell people that most times you are going to be a millionaire first, 8 months before it happens physically. Start dressing like a millionaire, but don't use your last month. Okay, you can use your last money anyway. Start having that millionaire vibes, that investor vibes. Start having it. Dress well. Sew senator wear. Even if it's only 3, sew it, iron it well. Go to that event. Some of you, you are closing people to pay for a sales class and you look like poverty. How will we buy? You look like poverty. You are pitching a sales class. Are you okay? Eh? No. Some people fool themselves online and we need to correct it. At least check yourself now before you do some things. You have eczema, you are a skincare therapist. You have eczema. You have eczema, you're a skincare therapist. Video ad guy, you've never ran an ad with a video. You're a content wizard, all your contents are like wizard. Terrible. Your Facebook ad is not adding money to your pocket and you're an expert. High ticket clothes and you are poor in high places. We know you are growing, but the only thing that cancels insult is result. Result cancels insult. Some of you, your parents are still troubling you because you are not making money yet. One guy said that his parents kept on disturbing him until one day he got angry. He now dropped bag of rice in their house. And that was the last day they disturbed him again. Some of you, you cannot travel for a conference because they know you are not responsible. That's why they cannot free you. The moment they discover you are responsible, they let you travel. Their fear is that if you allow this boy travel, what if he does not have teeth to come back? How long will you be poor? If this teaching is getting you angry, you are poor. You think I apologize to you? You are not even poor, you are. The first way to come out of poverty is admitting you are poor. There is no other way. That's the only way. I'm telling you the truth. When you admit you are poor, you now enter that work mood, that angry mood to come out of poverty. You are pampering poverty. You are pampering poverty. Some of you, the only thing you have that is expensive in your life is iPhone and vibes. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I have zero respect for a man whose wardrobe is more expensive than his library. You don't have hard copy books, it's PDF you are reading. PDF. Later you complain that you have a problem. PDF. PDF. All the time, PDF. If I say Oswald now, they will say I'm talking rubbish. You'll be reading PDF, you will not see WhatsApp message. Let me reply for 5 minutes. And the next time you open the PDF from a Monday will be on Thursday. That's why you are where you are. Go and buy hard copy so that your life will not be hard. Go and buy hard copy. You are there doing PDF. Which PDF? That's why you're even having F in finance. PDF, that what happened? PDF, that you are using PDF to do what? You be reading PDF, your data is on, you now see notification. Someone now send you a message, half an hour, when will they reach that side? You say, okay, you now say, I will just reply for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I will come back. And that's how you went to. You didn't come back. Some of you, what has been keeping you poor has been series. You've been watching series, your poverty has been in series, season 1, season 2. K-drama has been keeping you poor. I know when GOT came out, Game of Thrones, you were watching Game of Thrones. You don't have money, you finish season 1 to the last season. You can explain it, your finance, but you cannot explain your finance, you can explain GOT. I'm clapping for you, you are doing well. You are doing well. Don't go and watch YouTube video, be watching series, Netflix, all the time, Netflix, you can't fix your account. You're watching Netflix. I have one mission in this life to make poor people angry. If you are poor, I cannot make you angry. It's just a matter of time. I will make you angry. If this teaching is vexing you now, it's a sign that your poverty might be long. You are buying Balenciaga, you are buying Apple because you want to belong. Trenches is calling your name, you don't know. Don't spend like people that don't have future plans. If your friends are fools, change your friends. Change your friends. Change your friends. I've changed friends several times. There are friends who will never be in touch again till death do us part. And I'm non-apologetic about it. I'm unapologetic about it. Don't ever feel bad for growing. If they can't come up to the level where you are, don't go down to the level where they are. You are feeling bad that you are growing. You want to accommodate fools and you now stop growing. Don't worry. Big Brother Nigeria will soon start. Big Brother Nigeria will soon start. That's where your poverty will now come and then once you watch more. And you know why I like BB Nigeria is 247. You are always watching. So I'm happy about BB Nigeria. All the time you lied that you did not have to watch those video courses in your OMC dashboard, BB Nigeria will prove it to you that you have been lying, that you've always had time. What's going on in the comment section? Let me see. You are poor, you are watching movie. Hey! Jesus. Change your friends. You are a summation of your five closest friends. Change your friends. It's not hard to change friends. I have one principle. Let me teach you. And I'll round off with this because this session is supposed to end 7:30. There's one formula that has been working since the beginning of time. I only teach short things. You want to change your friend, you have that fool who has been around for a long time. This is a fail proof strategy. I'm doing it like the way they do webinar copies. How do you speak English again? 7-step mechanism, fail proof strategy. That's what I'm giving you now. Just disappoint them 3 times, they'll run away. Try it. The ego in them will stand up to Buga. This is how to do it. Have a guy, more stroll now. I'm go buy burger. My guy, for live show with you, but get what I dey do now. I dey watch one video, just remind me tomorrow we'll stroll. And then the person comes tomorrow. I found a guy today don't reach you. Mo go watch match. Hi. Guy, no vex, no vex. I know if he come out today. I know if he come out today. My belly dey bite me. When you disappoint that person 3 times, this is what starts running in their head. May he come out, he won't say him be safe. Won't say him be. Na me you come dey disturb am. Poor people are always proud. So if you are poor now, the people you want to disappoint, they are poor. So they are proud. I'm telling you how to ignite that pride. Disappoint them 3 times. They'll start saying, I won't say him be safe. I mean, you can't disturb myself, they call him. The goal is that I want to push you away, but I'm going to make it look as if you are calling the shots. So that you stop calling me. All glory to God now. You want to stress me? If you are here, you are poor, you are not in OMC. Hi, I pity you. If you have any question, yeah, ask. My time is up. Hi, I would have loved to teach you another 1 hour or 2. Would you advise I change the people I can leverage on? Now, wow. I don't understand this question. No. To leverage on means to use to your advantage. So why do you want to change somebody that is benefiting you? So please paraphrase your question because Porsche is ready to go live. Teresa, I'm not saying this one. I'm not teaching 7-step mechanism to changing your friends. I was just playing around that. Don't know what you're typing. So Andre, please paraphrase your question. And if you have any question, ask while this video plays on your screen. The video is going to pop up on your screen now. Ask your question before the video goes out. So I'll be waiting for your questions.
Thank God you are dancing, and people are looking at you like a mad boy, like a mad woman. I know you don't have sense. Well, they even see you to even talk about. Many years ago, you were not seen, you were hidden.
Take a sachet water, take a bottle water, down to a Jegule field. Which would you bring back home?
And young people across the world are already creating massive wealth from the internet. I have with me here Tamilore. Tamilore, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
I used to call him the Akialabi Junior. So number 2 leads us to this. Poor people complain, wealthy people fix.
All right, so somebody said disappoint your poor friends like the way Peter denied Jesus. That's sweet. That's sweet. This replay is going to be on my YouTube channel. I'm not taking it out this time around. I will leave it so that anytime you are poor, come and watch this video again. Anytime you discover that you have been poor for a while, just come back and watch. I'm going to leave this replay on this YouTube channel for a long time because I want you to keep rewatching it. I want to reawaken this thing in you. So if you are watching this video, if you are going to watch this video, whenever you watch this video, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you're missing out on a whole lot, right? That's where I share a whole lot of content around sales, marketing, around masculinity, and also on my Twitter, I talk about money and masculinity. So go on Twitter, search for Fortune Nnamdi, follow me on Twitter, turn on notifications so that when next I tweet, you are the first person to know. Thank you for listening to my pep talk. Okay, I think I something flashed on my screen. I mean, if I have people that I can use, for example, generate more leads, but they don't follow the kind of thing I live by. Okay, now you know why you dey follow them. Oh. You are following them because you want to generate leads, right? There are many ways to generate leads anyway. If this is the reason why you are following somebody that is not following the kind of standards you live, drop them, learn the appropriate way to generate leads, right? So from this question, I can say that you are not in the 1 million naira challenge. Me out again. So I can say you are not in the 1 million naira challenge. So all you need to do is message me on Twitter. I'm going to show you how you can join the challenge so you learn how to generate leads for yourself without running ad. And as soon as you begin to make money from that organic lead, you can now start running ad. Generating lead is not hard. I said by the time we are done with this video, we're going to put a link to a YouTube video that answers your question. It's going to teach you how to generate leads, right? Or better still, go to my YouTube channel. When we are done with this, you are going to see a video how to make 1 million naira in 90 days. Watch that video. It's explained there. The answer to your question is in that video, how to make 1 million naira in 90 days. If you watch that video, I've answered your question. So any other question? Because my time is up. In life, if you don't sell, you will beg. In life, it's either you sell or beg. For instance, I've been training you guys and I've been making sales. I saw a notification. You've made a sale. Simple. Yes. Oluwasegun, sell or beg. I want to believe you are selling. Oh. Don't go upload, sell or beg. And I trust that you are selling anyway. I trust that you are selling. So it's 7:30. My time is up. And I am super pumped to listen to my guy, Porsche, teach us about affiliate marketing, how to sell how to thrive in a saturated market. So don't exit. In the next 5 to 10 minutes, we are going live again. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, turn on notifications so that when Porsche begins to talk, you are one of the first persons to learn. So peace out. Thank you very much. Stay jiggy.
Thank God, you are dancing, and people are looking at you like a mad boy, like a mad woman, as though you don't have sense. Well, they even see you to even talk about. Many years ago, you were not seen, you were hidden.
Take a sachet water, take a bottle water, down to a Jegule field. Which would you bring back home?
And young people across the world are already creating massive wealth from the internet. I have with me here Tamilore. Tamilore, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
I used to call him the Akialabi Junior. So number 2 leads us to this. Poor people complain, wealthy people fix.